On today's episode of Talking Pictures, Lance Armstrong still doesn't get it, the Golden Globes is a disaster, and we talk best and worst Christmas movies. Let's get rockin'!
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hiya, and welcome to Talking Pictures. It is December 10th. The whole gang is here, and we got a buttload to talk about. I am Henry O'Shea, joined as always by the captain of cool, Jack Neuheisel.
Now, nobody called anybody a JT.
And the big man, Jack O'Shea.
What is new, pussycat?
Let's go. Let's get rocking. Jack, you've been gone for a little while.
I feel like I've been gone for... I've waited years.
Yeah.
Can you just put that clip from Interstellar right there?
Bang.
I've waited years.
Well, he's holding his arms in that way.
Yeah.
Elbow.
And you realize that the black guy on the ship has waited 19 years
Yeah.
and it's been like 15 minutes of movie time. Wow.
How early?
What a movie.
I didn't even know you were going to say it, but how early would you kill yourself? Because I think we all
would
kill ourselves.
I mean, I hate to say that there's a famous clip from the Boy podcast, but one of my favorite clips ever is because I think I'm so funny, is when we were doing the thing where it's like, if you were lost at sea,
Yeah.
how long would you survive?
You were adrift.
And I said 24 hours because it would probably take me that long to figure out a way to just straight end it. Because like if I'm alone, like Let's
take a step back. Let's look at this bird's eye view.
I produced a 24-hour. I'm still not legally allowed, I think, to say what the show was, but I produced a 24-hour contest this Monday. Mm-hmm. And where the contestants did the same thing for 24 straight hours. And I was only there for like 16 of them because I got to go to bed. But I was just thinking like, holy shit, I'm so fidgety. Mm-hmm. I can't sit through a full movie without taking 5 intermittent walks.
You're a nightmare in airplanes.
I'm a nightmare. Yeah. I hate it. I can't, if I was on a spaceship alone.
Yeah.
And for 19 years.
And given a 19-year solitary sentence.
Dude, I might survive, but I'm coming out batshit crazy.
I don't think spaceships were built for you.
No.
For your size and
they're like submarines.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, submarines, I won't get on one.
I feel like both of you guys
even if it's like decommissioned, won't go
chance.
underwater,
No
I
chance.
won't get, like, why?
Why would I do
What's
that?
the best that could come of it?
I feel like both of you guys on a spaceship, it's exactly the submarine where it's like you guys are hitting your funny bone and like just like little things constantly where you're like, I'm alone and goddamn
we have a totally spacious living room.
We do.
Kicking my pinky toe against
A lot of
corners
tripping.
all day, every day.
A lot
It's
of tripping and
fucking
falling.
joke.
The difference between you and I think, is that you and I look at you like, because I could have the similar issues, but you walk around as if you've never stubbed your toe before.
Yeah.
And this is a shock that you stubbed your toe on the couch for the 48th time. It's like, I see you. Put on shoes.
In my mind, I am a 95-pound ballerina.
Yes.
Slender, slim-shouldered ballerina.
You're a wrecking ball.
Meanwhile, you're a 6'2". I'm not going to say you're 6'3" because you won that bet. You're a 6'2", guy with size 14 feet and a wingspan of like a 7'4" person. And you think that you can like...
It's like Giannis.
I see you all the time and I just know your thought process when there's like a tight squeeze and you're like, it'll be fine. I'll go through it.
There was one point in college, I remember you hit your funny bone all the time, but there was like 1 week where you hit your funny bone like 3-4 times.
Well,
but I was always with you, and I remember saying, dude, I haven't hit my funny bone in like 5 years.
A little backstory about my funny bone.
It's been like since I was like 13 that I really hit my funny bone.
I took a tumble down the stairs sophomore year of college where I just hit the shit out of my elbow.
It was bad, yeah.
Where I when I got to the bottom of the stairs, after
It was a big
ka-ching,
staircase, too.
I in my mind was like, I just broke my arm. My arm is broken.
Yeah.
I just shattered my arm in front of all these people. And then I kind of walked off. It's like, no, I'm okay. But what happened was I hit the shit out of my funny bone. So now that thing is just out for business.
Yeah.
It's just blowing in the wind. And so anytime I just like set my elbows on a table, I hit it.
Dude, that's like my own nightmare.
Oh, it's a personal hell.
It's like that guy who had the hiccups for like 60 years.
Oh.
It's like, dude, I'm killing myself. 2 weeks.
You want to talk about issues?
For me, it would be like, you know why he killed himself? He had the hiccups for 7 hours. So can you? Well, I mean, of course.
Of course.
No, yeah. News issue is that he runs into things. My issue is I just break stuff.
Yeah.
Subconsciously.
You're like
all the time.
Samuel L. from that movie with Bruce Willis and M. Night Shyamalan.
Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass.
Yeah. I mean, I break my body too, but I break things.
Oh.
Like the last job I had, we had all these conference rooms, and each of the conference rooms was decked out. When we moved into the office, each of the conference rooms was decked out with like these little fidget toy things for when you're on a conference call and so people can do something. Because we're Google, and this is what the new this is what the fun startups do. Oh my God, the kids love it. And literally, I worked there for a year, and by the end of the year, every single one of those fidget toys was destroyed like you gave it to a chimpanzee and didn't explain what it was. And they were all just like and they were all systematically destroyed too. Like we had these like little movable Rubik's Cube things, and I took off every single block and I removed every single sheet of paper, and only like 3 times did I realize what I was doing. I just break stuff.
Are you the guy that takes stickers off of Rubik's Cubes?
No.
Subconsciously, yes.
No, you can take a sticker off.
That guy needs to be removed.
You don't
from
like
society.
peel the sticker off.
Oh well, no. If it's
No.
really fucking on there, if it's good work, I won't. But if it's peeling off a little
If
bit,
it's teasing you?
I'll remove the fuck out of it.
Teasing you?
I need to destroy. I would have been great. I would have been great with Genghis Khan. He and I would have seen really eye to eye. It's like, let's
I'm not
just
a
burn
destroyer.
shit.
By the way, this is already we're starting off slow in this
Oh,
pod.
yeah.
But I want to circle back here because I just need to. I'm replaying the scene right now from Interstellar. You know, Anne Hathaway is such a bitch in this scene.
She sucks.
She comes back, and by the way, it was her fault that they went the time slip, that they didn't hit the checkpoint. She's all in the fucking water.
Dude, she's all lovey-dovey
Fucking
about
around.
that dude that we never meet.
Yeah,
She's
who's-
thinking with her heart, not her brain.
And they come back, and she has the audacity to tell the guy, "Why didn't you sleep?" And the
Yeah.
guy's like, "Well, it felt weird to be sleeping off years of my life. I didn't think you were coming back." Fuck you, Anne
Yeah.
Hathaway.
So- oh
What's
my
that?
God. You suck
You're
in
gonna come
Hathaway.
back here with advice? You've been gone for an hour. I've been sitting here for years.
Listen, Anne,
I am the time turtle. I've seen all.
those aren't mountains. God, what a movie.
It was a great movie.
Those aren't mountains.
Jack, you had one of the
They're
all-time lines.
waves.
First time we saw that movie, about 25 minutes in, you turned and said out loud, "It's the guy from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days." No, it's the guy from Fool's Gold. I got it. That was
Wait
great.
a minute, that's how I know him.
That's what it was.
Fool's Gold.
Yeah, that's what it was.
2 for the money.
It was good.
Wow, great.
Callback right there.
Wait, to the Al Pacino gambling movie. All right, let's start the podcast.
Let's get going. Let's get moving. That was fun though. Let's start with some big winners and some pathetic losers. You want to start with your winner?
I have a winner. My winner this week is news.
You're a big winner.
Bang.
Period.
There you go. Why? In this current generation of you got to be first to the headlines to
right.
get anything out.
That's right.
News has gone by the wayside. We no longer care about the hard-hitting stories.
When was the last time you heard anyone talk about any type of news?
You
Yeah.
just
It's
don't.
been years.
It's been years.
This
It's been years.
generation
We
needs
forgot about it.
It's Walter Cronkite. Well, guess what, Jack Henry? We're getting him back in one Ron Burgundy. Will
Let's
Ferrell
go.
is reprising his Ron Burgundy character in a 12-episode podcast that is coming in 2019.
Wow.
Where he's going to have special guests on to talk news, current
Mm-hmm.
events, things.
Yes.
But
stuff.
Ron Burgundy, the first time he's been back since Anchorman 2, freaking pumped about it.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's
He's
gonna be
so good. Like he's so good at like just like whenever anybody else like goes on a late night show as like a character, I'm like shut up. Like it's so annoying when you know what I mean?
Oh, 100%.
And I'm trying to think of an example, and I honestly really can't even.
Jim
think of one.
Carrey, the last 10 years.
Yes, like it's like oh my god, but like whenever he'll like go on late night shows as George Bush or Ron Burgundy or another character like the tight pants guy on Jimmy Fallon, and it's like he absolutely nails it. He's on another level.
He had the greatest bit ever. It was after the Super Bowl, and he went on as the zoologist.
Yes, exactly. Like he can do that, and I love it. Anytime anyone else does that, it's like, dude, shut up. You're not that funny.
No, Will Ferrell is the funniest person of all time. I think he's the Michael Jordan. I know. Here's what it is. I think Bill Murray is Michael Jordan. I
you
think.
picking Jordan over LeBron? Is that
No,
what
no,
we're
exactly.
happening
I caught
now?
myself.
Here's what he's doing here.
Here's what I'm doing. Bill Murray's Michael Jordan. I think Will Ferrell's LeBron. And so there's some
Okay.
people that are going to say Bill Murray. Don't even talk to me about Belushi. Chevy Chase is better than Belushi.
I agree.
But Will Ferrell is the best. He's
Yes.
the most versatile. We've never seen a player like him who can
No.
play all 5 positions.
Yeah.
Will
Great.
Ferrell can play all 5.
He's a great piece. I'd
He's a
like
great
to
piece
say.
to have.
He's a great piece.
Great
Yeah.
piece.
Who
It's
do
Mo
we
Wagner's
know?
team.
Do we know who he?
The Berlin Wall. It's Mo Wagner's team. Sup Strauss. Sup John.
Do we know who he's going to interview?
We do not have the special
Like
guest
it's
yet.
not like news
I'm
people,
disappointed,
is it?
yeah. No, I think honestly it's going to range. I think it's going to be a bunch of funny people. Like I could see it end up being like one time it's Owen Wilson, and the next week it's Barack Obama.
And, like,
I
Elon
could
Musk
see
and stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
a massive spectrum because it's just Ron Burgundy. It'll be hilarious.
And you're going to sign up.
Yeah.
He's not going to. That would be great.
It's being produced by Funny or Die, which is interesting. To call
Adam
myself
McKay
out,
left.
I said Funny or Die was on its way out. So
You said it
it's
was
a nice
dead.
little.
You
Yeah.
said funny. No.
I said no
die.
more funny.
Yeah.
What else is there? Just the die.
Too
Yeah.
easy.
You're gonna die.
good.
Your title
As a death
wrote
threat, I threw.
the name of your website just became your headline.
Yeah.
Funny and
Not funny.
not funny. Dead.
You just
Dead.
wrote your own death warrant.
Yeah.
Hoyts.
Okay. All right. Moving on. My winner. My winner is the Christmas spirit.
You're a big winner.
Nice.
All right. You might be thinking, obviously, Henry, it's December 10th. It's your birthday this week, big man.
Yeah.
How about that? Wednesday.
Nice.
No. Thursday.
I don't know.
How about that?
One of them.
Good stuff. But it's that time of year, you know, it's the holidays, happy Christmas, what have you. It's good stuff. Christmas Spirit is my winner because recently it's bummed me out that we've been singing it all morning because of me. Baby, It's Cold Outside. Great song. It's getting a lot of hate. And this isn't a new thing. Everyone is acting like they're clever, that they're reading the lyrics to this song.
Every year.
We know.
Every year they're like, you know what? This song's a little outdated.
You ever notice the song? It's like kind of creepy. But everyone's doing that. And this one, I saw the story this week, this Ohio radio station pulled it. No longer playing Baby, It's Cold Outside. And it started this whole thing with like every radio station basically being like, we have to decide. Like, are we going to play this song?
Spotlight's on you now.
Basically, they made the first move.
Are you with Ohio or are you with the rapers?
Exactly. You got to pick sides. And
I can tell you right now, I'm definitely not with Ohio.
yeah, so
I'm not saying I'm team rapers.
Look, I don't know much, but you know, Urban Meyer sucks.
Christmas Spirit though,
Go Mish. Go Big Blue.
the Christmas Spirit wins though because no other station decided to ban it, and they did a fan vote, and the people of America spoke, and over 96% said, "Fuck it, keep playing the song. It's a great song." Dean Martin's granddaughter, who's apparently a singer named Dina Martin, of course.
Cool.
She's like, "Screw it, I'm still singing it all the time. Like the song rocks, all the stuff." Tons of public outpour being like, the song is great.
Yeah.
And it is. And I hate that, obviously, you read the lyrics, it's terrible. We've been joking all morning. She, at one point, she literally says, the answer is no. Like, it's a really bad, it's a bad thing. It's a fucking fun, cute, great Christmas song. Are we getting rid of Grease next? Have you ever watched Grease? Go rewatch Grease. The main characters.
It supports gang violence.
The main characters.
And drag racing.
Like, seriously, they're like these degenerate bully, like every single thing is something terrible towards women. And the ending, fucking what's her name, just basically chooses Danny, even though he doesn't change whatsoever. She changes for him. It's,
She looks hot as fuck.
She looks
doing
incredible.
Yeah.
But we're going to start losing stuff. So we got to be careful. And I'm glad, Baby, It's Cold Outside. It's still playing. It's just fun.
For all these moments and these, you know, internet protests and stuff like that, Dr. Jack has a little medicine for you.
Oh, yeah?
I got a little, I'm going to write you a prescription.
Jack used to tell me this all the time, if I think it's what you
No.
said.
No.
Oh, no?
I used to tell Henry, I got a little prescription for you. It's called Man the Fuck Up. But that's,
You got to drink a glass.
It's more cowbell.
I call that like a 3 out of 10 joke. Not very good, but it all depended on the delivery.
I liked it.
But here's my little medicine for you. Take
Call it 3
take
out
a
of 10.
page out of Looney Tunes' book. What they do.
What do they
A
do?
lot of their old cartoons are offensive.
Yes, very.
They don't stop playing them. And what they say is, and they get applauded by all sides, is they say, we're not going to delete them because if we do, then we're pretending that this type of hatred never existed.
Oh, wow.
Just every time somebody's like, sir, be like, I agree.
I agree. I'm with you.
But I'm not going to stop singing this song.
Yeah, because
Because I make a lot of money off
crushes
of it.
Yeah.
And this is a good, otherwise, what are we, erasing history? What are
Oh,
we,
we
Stalin?
start banning stuff?
Yeah.
Because then the terrorists win.
Then they win, and they can't win.
Speaking of winning, my winner,
Who's your winner?
Walmart customers.
You're a big winner.
There we are.
That's right, because Tyler Perry and Kid Rock combined paid off $500,000 worth of layaways.
So what are layaways?
So I was about to say, what are layaways?
I read this article and I was like,
what
okay.
is layaway?
I feel like
I don't
I
know.
hear layaways a lot in Southwest
Same.
commercials.
Same.
I think it's aviation. A lot to do with
You think
that.
it's like shipping prices? Shipping stuff?
Maybe
God, what the
people are
heck?
trying to get home. I don't
This
know.
is great because I'm sure
is a
everyone
toughie.
listening knows. I'm sure everybody knows. This is a very
what a
common
layaway
thing.
is. Sounds like a
And-
good time.
Yeah, because it's not
I'd like to take a layaway.
They didn't just buy their stuff.
They put it on layaway. I know the term. I know, I've heard it used in
Look,
sentences.
we could Google it,
I'm
but
gonna
I'm not
Google
gonna.
it. I'm gonna Google
I'm
it
not
right
gonna.
now.
What are we going to Google it?
Yeah, just come on.
I think layaway.
We can't think for ourselves?
I think layaway is it's when you take I have no idea. But anyway, they paid off $500,000 of it. It's a great time to be a Walmart customer. I wish I knew this was happening.
Ooh,
Because
okay.
then maybe I would have put
You would
stuff
have
on
bought
layaway.
some more Walmart stuff from the Nashville Walmart.
What's layaway?
Nothing to do with aviation. So shame that I went
You know
out
what, Neil?
and I planted my flag on that hill.
You know what, Neil? I knew it had nothing to do with aviation. Walmart has nothing to do with
Is
aviation.
it sea travel? Is it naval
I don't know that
travel?
they don't have a
That's what I'm
fucking.
thinking.
It's a submarine thing, you mean?
What's that? No, layaways. It's a.
What field of transportation does it have to?
It's trains.
It is an agreement in which the seller reserves an item for a consumer until the consumer completes all the payments necessary to pay for that item.
Okay,
So cool,
Okay.
but it's also
Can
the
I do that?
loaner, right? Because they're going to see that money back. I don't
Yeah.
know. Tyler Perry's 6'6". Did you know that?
No, he's not.
Okay,
He's gigantic.
okay, that's my new winner, Tyler Perry.
6'6". Way
Nice.
to go.
He's a beast.
TP. Kid Rock. You know what
Yeah.
Kid Rock's real name is?
children, rock and roll.
Yeah. No. What's Kid Rock's real name? Come on.
That was good. Come on.
I like that. I gave you.
I
that.
like keeping it in the chuz though. Let's go Charlie. He's a Chucky.
It's Robert James Ritchie.
Oh.
Robert Ritchie's a pretty cool name, right?
Robbie Rich?
Robbie Rich.
Robbie Ritchie?
Yeah. Bobby Ritchie.
All right, let's keep going
That's
because
pretty
God
good.
knows I've taken us on 85 tangents.
All right, loser. New, you got a loser?
I do not have a loser.
New-
Maybe I'm the loser
New
because I
is the
just went out
loser.
on a limb with aviation.
You suck. New. My loser. My childhood.
You are one pathetic loser.
My childhood lost today because I knew you showed me it yesterday. The trailer for the Kim Possible Disney original movie has come out, and it looks like absolute garbaggio.
Just low budget. They thrown this thing in.
It's
It's
not
a damn
even a
shame.
movie.
You got the people for
You
it.
have it.
People want this thing.
We
I'd
have
go
the
see
tech.
this thing.
We have the
I'm
tech.
a 24-year-old man.
You got the fan base, and what you forget about the show, and I'll give them this: you forget about the show is that it's about like a 13-year-old fighting crime. So it's going to be a little bit silly. My biggest qualms with it: it's a 2-minute something trailer. I don't see one Ron Stoppable
Not one run
throw
stoppable.
out. I saw a picture of the kid who's playing Ron Stoppable. I think it might be the kid from the Goldbergs. Is that who it is? It might be him.
The
That kid's
youngest
good.
kid, because that kid's good.
That kid's good, but he's not fucking Ron Stoppable. In the commercial, he's got like curly hair and he's smiling. It's like, no, Ron's fucking eating nachos with his fucking naked mole rat. And he's doing his thing. All right? And who was the other character you mentioned?
I think it's Wade is his name. It's the black kid who's the computer
He's
guy.
like the tech guy?
Who's like sending him out and is like, you remember 5 years ago when we helped that one guy? Well, he called and
5 years ago when we were 7 years old because we're teenagers
I
now.
had this long history of helping people.
I don't even really know the show that well. So
Oh, you weren't
weren't
a big Kim
Possible
Possible
fan?
guy?
Oh, Kim Possible
Well,
was great.
Ron Stoppable is the greatest character ever. He was the first guy to be unapologetic.
He's voiced by Eric Matthews.
No, I know like that
Yeah.
stuff. I
Okay.
just don't care.
Oh, wow.
It's
Cool guy here.
Moving
It's not that I don't care.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's not that I don't
Jack
care. It's
doesn't
just
like
I wouldn't say
cartoons.
it's my childhood. I love cartoons.
He watched Sports Center. He never watched
Yeah, no,
Nickelodeon or Disney
no
Channel.
Disney channels for Jack. Big
No
tough guy.
cartoons.
I was Nick kid. Nickelodeon.
Ba-dum-bam-bam. Every now and then somebody's ringtone is the Kim Possible thing. The dun-dun-dun-dun. And that's always, I appreciate
That's
that.
pretty good.
Yeah. They should have made it a Disney original movie. They should have just made it a movie.
Yeah, it's just so low budget.
I guess-
She's in like, and I forgot what the outfit
looks like
was.
she's wearing
but
like
the
a Party
outfit-
City
yeah,
wig.
Yeah, the outfit's not good.
Yeah, I don't like it. Jack, you got a loser?
I do. My loser is you, the listener.
You are one pathetic loser.
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah. No, keep driving. Say that speed. Yep. Don't honk. I don't know what they're doing. But it's you, if you haven't already subscribed and given us a 5-star rating and a review. And also, we need one more subscriber for our Talking Pictures YouTube channel. If you go right now, you can see the podcast as we discuss it. I have a mustache because we filmed a sketch where I'm a cop. And also, my teeth are going to be a little bit blue because I'm drinking a blue Powerade right now. Thank you, Neuheisel.
Hey.
I'll buy you a new one afterwards.
Appreciate it.
But to subscribe, if we get one more subscriber, we're at 100.
Cool.
And that means we can officially change our channel name.
Oh,
And I've
sick.
just been waiting like 4 days now, being like, somebody's got to fucking do it.
Sick.
So please do that.
By the way, if you probably don't know, but how we do the pod, we have all of our stuff on a Google Doc, and we're constantly updating and taking things off. And I just found this hilarious. We have our winners and losers, and there was nothing for new, but I thought maybe you forgot to write something, and then it said loser parentheses Jack colon with nothing. So I thought maybe, so I threw it to you, and then as I was saying it, Jack wrote so I could see I got one.
I didn't want you to skip me. I didn't want you to skip me. I got a great loser.
Yeah, that was great.
You!
That was great.
Like, subscribe, rate, follow, whatever, review, all that stuff.
All of it.
Tell your friends.
All right. Let's get moving. Golden Globe noms this week. The nominations for the Golden Globes came out this week. Second biggest award movie, TV thing besides the Academy Awards.
Whoa. What about
what are you?
What about the BAFTAs?
Or the Soapies.
Yeah,
BAFTAs. The BAFTAs. That's
on.
great.
BAFTAs.
Who's hosting for the BAFTAs this year?
Who isn't? Who isn't? That's the better question.
Diane Sawyer.
But
Kat Denning.
couple different
That's the perfect one.
Golden Globe things, and then we'll eventually get into the Kevin Hart drama, which has been the big story. But first, I think this is hilarious, and I don't know how I didn't know this, but it's being hosted by Andy Samberg and Sandra Oh.
Just
What the
a
fuck?
power duo right there.
I love it so much.
Sandra Oh, Grey's Anatomy, and Andy Samberg. What's going on here?
Christina
This is
Yang.
odd.
Finally, we get the spin-off mashup of Grey's Anatomy and Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
that
we all been
everybody's
asking for.
waiting and calling for. Seattle meets New York. I just can't believe. So, you would blow my mind if you're like, hey, you know Sandra Oh and Andy Samberg know each
They've
other?
met before. No.
I would be like, get the fuck out of here. When? What are their circles?
I have no idea.
How do they overlap?
Yeah, I don't know, but that's hilarious. And pumped about Andy Samberg because no matter what, he'll be funny. But a couple nominations we're kind of just confused and bummed about. A couple we're pumped about. First of all, Best Drama Golden Globe picture. Both Black Panther and Bohemian Rhapsody are up.
For drama.
For drama. They have a drama category and they have a comedy musical category.
Do you want
and every year, by the way, so every year it's very, okay, what's what? And it's tough. But you usually lead, unless it's a very serious drama, it goes comedy musical. The Martian.
Yeah, I was going to
won
say.
Best comedy musical. That's not a comedy
There
musical.
were 5 big laughs.
Yeah,
Far more serious than both these movies.
three less big laughs than you need to be considered a comedy musical. There are only 5.
No, the funniest part of this is like, okay, yeah, Black Panther, that's bullshit. It's a superhero movie.
It's a fucking superhero
And it's not
movie.
even a gritty superhero movie. The entire movie is brightly lit. Like, it's not... The only movies that could go into the drama category are the Dark Knight series and Logan. Nothing else.
By the way, I'm going to look up if Dark Knight was ever even nominated.
It
for
was.
anything.
It was nominated for Best Picture, yeah.
Okay, good.
And Heath Ledger won Best Supporting Actor.
Okay,
So it got Dark Knight's good.
But
it was taken care of.
But Bohemian Rhapsody, going into drama, when there's literally a musical category.
Wow, you're right.
It is a musical.
Wow,
so
you're
funny.
right.
It is actually a musical.
Dude,
Also,
I didn't even think about
Jack,
that.
you never got a chance to see that. I'll let you go after Black Panther if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Frickin' Bohemian Rhapsody, just top of my head here, the things I wrote down right before we started. The way the band came together, completely made up
Wrong.
and fabricated
False
and just a
information.
lie. Number 2, all the drama in the band did not exist.
Made
There
up
was
drama.
not tension. They
Made up characters and drama.
They lived on Easy Street.
Yeah.
Number 3, Freddie Mercury's sexuality. They take complete liberties with.
Oh,
not at all the story.
Incorrect what happened.
And the timeline is completely jumbled with his sickness. Basically,
AIDS. It's all-
they
they
took
just
this
lied.
band and they made up a story.
They made up a story about the best singer. It's so annoying, and everyone is like, the music's great. Of course, the fucking music's great. It's Queen.
It's Queen.
They rock. They rock and roll. I hate it. It's going to be good music. It drives me nuts because I thought the movie was terrible, and a lot of people like it. I feel so bad. Or my grandma literally texted me, "Have you seen Bohemian Rhapsody? It's fantastic." And I didn't have the heart to go. I thought it was a piece of garbaggio.
Cam Kenny
I thought it was less
came
than
and
trash.
visited and told us our buddy Adam Conley.
Yeah, he was loving it.
Bro.
Yeah, Econ was loving it.
Next
It's like,
level.
Oh, I hated it. But then, yeah, Black Panther. I think that's why, and I've never really realized this. I've always been like, I refuse to say that it should be up for Best Picture or that it's one of the best movies of the year because I don't think it's even close to the original Iron Man. In my mind, it's like the original Iron Man is my superhero movie, and then it's like, no, the best superhero movie is The Dark Knight. Nothing even comes close
Nothing
to
comes
The Dark
close.
Knight.
Maybe Dark Knight Rises.
Unless you get there, you can't be up for stuff and act like you're the best movie of the year.
Yeah.
Like this, you're just not even close. And you said The Dark Knight was up or it won? Just up?
No, it's just nominated. The only thing that won was Heath Ledger.
Because I think Black Panther definitely wins. I think Black Panther's going to
They
win.
just need to change the name of the category. Like, instead of drama and then comedy musical, because every movie, there are straight comedies, but
How many musicals are there?
like 4.
Right? It's like Les Mis.
Like Bohemian Rhapsody is the only musical. But they need to just change it to sad and not sad.
Yep, I think that's pretty good.
Was it a sad movie?
Yeah.
You're in this category.
Nice.
Was it not sad? You're in that category.
There we go.
Yeah.
Kind of sad.
Kind of sad? Okay.
Fuck off. You're not allowed here.
Yeah,
You're not allowed
fuck off.
Awards.
Happy,
Pick one.
sad.
Pick a side.
Pick one or get the fuck out.
Pick a side, you punk.
Other stuff. I was really pissed about this. A Star Is Born only got one song nominated for best.
I get that.
You only get one?
Well, how many songs were nominated?
5?
I get that because it's like I get that. Well,
Jack.
all right. Let me defend A Star Is Born real quick for you. And
I'm defending
I know. Well, let me defend. Let me explain. Let me explain why. Okay. Let me explain why. Now
You'll get your turn, smart guy.
you will get your turn. In 1999, I want to say that's the year. 1999, Shakespeare in Love won Best Picture. Why?
Travesty.
Why? Because Saving Private Ryan and The Thin Red Line were also up, and they completely split their vote.
Yeah.
Interesting.
If one of them was
They
up,
split the
Yeah.
Patriot vote,
they
which is
split,
a
they
big...
split the damn Patriot vote. And I'm surprised
Lee Greenwood vote.
the Lee Greenwood, he can only lobby so hard.
Okay.
And so they split that vote. So Shakespeare in fucking Love won. They know this, and they realize if we put up the 3 songs that we've been talking about,
Oh, wow.
we're going to split that vote, and we're not going to come home with any sort of Golden Globe gold.
They're going to Bernie Sanders this thing.
We're not going to come home with it.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put our best foot forward,
Yeah.
which is Shallow. Check the charts.
Yeah, the charts
It's
say
number
that.
one. It's number one.
America's voted. The people have voted.
I like Maybe It's Time. I like Maybe It's
Dude,
Time.
Maybe It's Time's my favorite one. But I think all 3 of them would have won.
Yeah.
But I do agree.
How
that
great would it have been if they go the nominees and it's just 4 of the songs from Star Is Born? And that's it. One of these songs is
And
going
it's
to win.
long shot, Black Eyes.
Here's how I would have. Here's how I would describe.
By the wayside.
Dude, so good. Here's how I would describe the Golden Globe voting party is 80% are straight people,
Pussies.
straight thinking people who are just like
Logical.
My favorite song was Shallow. My favorite song was Maybe It's Time. My favorite
Yeah.
song was the one that Lady Gaga sang at the end. That's okay. We all have
all
different
okay.
opinions.
It's all okay.
And they're all right in their own ways. It's Maybe It's Time's the best song, but still, they split that vote. The other 30% are the douchebags who are like, I'm going to vote for the one that nobody's heard of,
Yeah.
and then that song wins.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's a
get
good
it.
take.
B. Coop's good strat. Good strategy.
I think the only way it loses is either what you said, or I could see a possible, that episode of The Office where Oscar go as the rational consumer.
Yes.
I could see one of those where everyone's revealing their votes. Like, yeah, I voted for the rational consumer. I thought there was no way that this thing could win.
I was a Nader guy.
Yeah, I was a Nader guy. That's great. And then also the biggest story. Oh, Crazy Rich Asians is up for Best Comedy Musical. Pumped about that.
Love that.
Way to
Fucking
go.
Love that movie.
Way to go.
And then obviously the biggest story of the week is Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart was supposed to host the Academy Awards, and this week bunch of old tweets resurfaced of him saying some anti-gay slurs. Not new. This has happened before to him, so this was a little bit weird because I remember. Obviously, it's a way bigger deal now, but a bunch of old tweets. Most of them stuff him. I'd say all of them are him making jokes. None like it's not good, but it's never just like fuck these guys. You know what I mean? Like he's doing a joke thing. But it's been a tough week for him because he got a ton of backlash. Refused to apologize. He was like, times have changed. I'm a different guy. All this stuff. Academy Awards was like, apologize, you can't host. And he was like, I'm going to beat you to the punch. I'm just not going to host. I'm resigning from that position. Then later apologized. Kind of 50-50 celebs backing him, not backing him. I'd say it's exactly what you think. The people that would be hating on him, and then like most of comedians are kind of on his side. Tough stuff.
I got a little piece of advice for him.
What?
All he has to do is tweet. I wouldn't tweet that stuff now.
Yeah.
But for me to delete it is to pretend this part of history doesn't exist.
It's
you're
your
gone
line.
and you're done. And now
your
you're
line.
also the
Boom.
good guy. Wow. So
Wow.
brave. So
Wow.
brave.
Wow.
He's brave enough to not delete the
Yeah.
tweets. Wow.
It's-
Kevin
it's-
Hart, who gave you that advice?
It's tough. The best thing I've seen, what's funny is the best defense I've seen of Kevin Hart, because times changed. Kevin Kline. You know something? Kevin Kline, fucking Emperor's Club, greatest guy ever. And he's like fucking 70. He was like, people need to get over it. It's times used to be different. Comedians used to be able to say shit that like, they can't say anymore. Like, it sucks. It's not cool. It was 10 years ago. Like, times were kind of different. But the best person who's like the best anyone's worded it was Nick Cannon. Did you guys see what Nick Cannon did? He just like pulled up all of these old tweets.
Oh, of like Amy Schumer,
Yeah.
Whitney Cummings,
Whitney
Sarah
got-
Silverman.
But like literally every kind of, and it's like not just female comedians, but all these white comedians saying the same exact stuff. And he was like, why does anyone care about this? And it's like, well, that's the perfect example. But then also someone was like, Nick Cannon, you should check your old tweets. And someone pulled up in like 2010, Nick Cannon tweeted like, if you're so stupid, like not funny enough to only tweet, and he put a couple quote unquote gay slurs, like you should be kicked off Twitter. That's not funny. And he was
Yeah.
like, I've been saying this shit for years. Like I got the
In your
backup.
fucking face.
It was just like a shut the F up. But yeah,
it's-
tough stuff.
Anytime this happens, when someone's old tweets get kicked up, immediately like 10 other people's tweets get kicked up. Like
Yeah.
Kyler Murray just won the Heisman. His tweets came up.
He had like 8
No.
tweets where he said it's
just
not
says-
just, but he said queer.
He
a
just
bunch.
says queer over and over again. He
one
never
point he was-
uses any other
no
gay slur.
And it's him talking to his buddies. He's 13, and it's,
It's like it's so funny because no one when they first started using Twitter was like, this is my autobiography.
No.
It will outlive me.
as a 13-year-old playing
God.
Halo in your basement,
It's like,
calling your friends queers.
I'm such a big Kyler Murray guy.
Yeah,
That's like the type,
go A's, baby.
Yeah, go A. Fucking Billy Bean. He had his eye.
he
Yeah.
knew it. He knew it the whole time.
Kyler.
Moving on.
It's like Tyler and Kyle mashed together. Kyler.
I knew a Kyler growing up.
Really?
Play basketball. Yeah.
I knew a Skylar, kind of similar.
Yeah. Wait, a little douchier.
No, why do we have to always make this about you?
It's odd. It always has to come back. It's Christmas time. We talked about it before. Is that season? I saw an article on Vulture this week that pissed me the f off. And so I was thinking, let's just talk our favorite Christmas movies, because I saw a list that was the 40 best Christmas movies ever, and number 40 was Home Alone, and I went, get the fuck out of here.
You're gonna find 39
Name
better.
39 better Christmas movies than the original Home Alone. And then I saw that 38 was Krampus, the 2015 classic with Adam Scott.
Shut the fuck
Yeah, so
up.
I was like,
Krampus.
What? Yeah, Krampus.
Ugh.
I was like, what is this list?
What-
What the fuck is happening?
Do you think you're cool?
Yeah, people think they're cool, Jack.
Do you think you're fucking cool?
people think they're so cool?
My favorite Christmas movie is Krampus. Well, you suck,
yeah, you're
sir.
not cool, bro.
You know, I look at things differently.
Go back to high cool. Okay?
Oh yeah, I watch movies that nobody else would watch,
Yeah,
like
Jesus.
Krampus.
The Die Hard
Fuck you,
brand.
man.
So
Yes,
it's
my
like-
favorite Christmas movie is A Nightmare Before Christmas. Shut up, dude. Really?
Go get another black sweatshirt.
Yeah, go get more Nightmare Before Christmas gear when you go to Disneyland.
Get a nice long
You know, it's
black
funny, we
T-shirt.
went
You
to
cool kid.
We went to Disney World enough to know that there's two types of people: the people that go into the Disney World store and get something, a fun pair of ears or a T-shirt, and the people that go in there and get fucking Nightmare Before Elm Street bobbleheads and shit. It's
Nightmare
like,
Before
get
Christmas.
the fuck out of here. Yeah, whatever.
Nightmare Before Christmas
what I
bobbleheads
meant.
that are basically just like Ed Hardy T-shirts,
Yeah.
and they walk around looking all moody, and it's like you are at Disney World. Leave,
Smile!
sir.
They're the people
Just
that-
either smile and buy one of those big turkey legs.
Yeah.
And get on the Space Mountain.
Do it.
Or go home and be moody somewhere else. You're bringing
Okay.
down the mood.
Okay, it's magic here.
I saw a T-shirt the other day that
Cool
was
kids.
leader of the antisocial social club.
Yeah.
Those
my
T-shirts.
God.
I want to go push that
I
person
want to go
down.
kick your ass.
Hey,
I wanna
man.
go kick your ass.
What do you think? You're cool?
With walking around with a sign on you saying, I'm socially awkward and different. So,
Jesus,
Ah,
pisses me off.
I'll tell you what, it pisses me
It
off.
pisses me off.
by the way, before you guys go and say your Christmas movies,
Yeah.
I've got a wild theory here that I can predict that we're all going to agree on the top 5 movies.
I'm very excited for this because I have 6. I couldn't get
Interesting.
top 5. I have 6.
I think there are 5. I think we can all agree on them.
Okay.
And that we can debate order all day long. But
I
here-
know we're not going to agree
here are
on
the 5.
your
Wait,
top
wait.
5.
Okay,
I think if
okay,
Jack
okay.
or I had done this, maybe there's no way we're going to agree with this top
Can
5.
we all write down our top 5 really quick?
Yeah.
Start going.
No
So
order.
I'm-
No
so-
order. No order.
No order. No
Nope.
particular order.
No order.
Yeah.
And we're gonna do this. We're gonna skip time. So in a second, I'm gonna clap new, and then we'll just cut immediately to when we
The-
cut, so people don't have to wait while we think.
Dunions.
Okay.
All right, ready?
So, top 5. You guys got them?
Well, really
Got 'em.
quick, I know for a fact we're gonna disagree.
Did you put
just
what'd you
because
put?
of no? I think I did my part.
Okay.
I think we're gonna disagree just because I knew is gonna have the Grinch on there.
Oh, yeah.
And
Did that not reach your top 5?
no, it didn't, dude. You have
When's the last time you watched it?
honestly probably within
Just pretend to give a shit, man.
honestly probably within the past 3
Jack's
years.
a bit of a Grinch himself.
Probably within the last 3. Are you kidding me? I'm wearing a fucking green shirt right now.
It's the Christmas Carol.
Where's your Christmas
and-
spirit, Mr. Navy?
I'm talking about it all pod. I'm throwing Christmas every time I can.
You would throw that in my face. No, I like the Grinch, but it just doesn't break my top 5. I think it's
Oh,
easily
shame on you.
I think
Shame
it's
on you.
Easily news number 1, maybe his number 1 favorite movie of all time.
It's good.
so that's what's gonna bring this list
By the way,
down.
Lyle,
I wasn't
I
going to
have
lead
7.
with that. That was going to be my 5th one. I was going to sprinkle it in there.
Let's get that out of the way.
I was
That-
going to the 4th one I was going to give you. It was going to be this trade-off. It's going to be beautiful.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go through it.
How do we want to do it? We want to each go say our top 5, or do we want to go one at a time? and
I have
see?
7, dude. I don't think I can go to 5.
So how do we want to play it?
I will say my top 5, and you guys tell me if they all reach yours, and then that will be the. And if one doesn't, tell me the replacement you have.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, so I gotta go. I've said it. I gotta go 5.
Go slowly though, so I can one for one. Just have a quick little.
The Santa Claus.
It's in there.
Yeah, it's in mine.
That's my number 1. Number 2, Christmas Vacation.
It's in there.
So I think that
Jack, we're 2 for 2.
I'm
And I called knowing the difference.
Christmas, Henry, you have Christmas Vacation going begging?
no, it's one of my top 6. But I'm debating right now whether if we got to do 5, then I think I'm kicking this guy out.
Oh, gee.
You know what? I can't. It's in. It's
Yeah.
in.
Chevy.
It's in. Yeah, it's
It's
in.
so good.
I wish it's close. It's just the Happy Hanukkah Kiss My Ass because it's too good. Keep going.
Well, why is the floor wet, Kevin?
Yeah, exactly.
Why
I
is the
can't-
stereo broken,
I quote
Kevin?
that movie way too much to not. It's got to be in my top.
You got a lot of
It's
nerve,
Todd.
Griswold.
I wasn't talking.
And
to
why is
you.
the carpet all wet, Todd?
I
Todd,
don't
that's
know, Margot.
Number 3, Love Actually.
Yes, sir. I'm 3 for 3.
Nope.
No, that is absurd.
It's a world-class movie. No one's saying it isn't. It is,
Yeah.
and it is a Christmas movie, but it's
Yeah.
not. If we're saying the genre is Christmas movie,
It's got
not a top 5
everything.
Christmas movie.
It's got everything.
It's probably a better movie than some of the other movies I have in my top 5. But in terms of its Christmas themes, it is hardly Christmas.
You know what this critique is new? This is we've been watching a food show recently. We'll get into that. But whenever they're like, okay, you have to cook using asparagus.
Oh,
And
yeah.
It's like, great dish. You didn't highlight asparagus.
asparagus?
enough.
Yeah, asparagus
Yeah.
was not the
Okay,
star of the dish.
okay.
Sorry.
Am I
But
allowed-
I totally and completely disagree. But I somewhat kind of understand.
Am I allowed to say my Love Actually joke that I said like a month ago?
No.
And we all decided for the first time, we never delete stuff from our podcast, but we all decided at the last second, and we were like, that's a little too risque.
Yeah, I don't know.
We have enough listeners now, enough followers now that this actually could become like a fucking thing. So we delete it. I can't say the joke.
I don't think so.
I think leave it be.
Guys, in one
I think leave it be.
in 1 year,
Yeah, 1 year.
well, I'll say it.
1 year.
Enough time will have passed. Number 4, Elf.
Yes,
Yep.
sir. I'm 4 for 4 with you, Jack.
We're 3 for
Yeah?
4.
If we're 5 for 5, this would be pretty good.
Well,
But
so-
I don't think we will be.
So here's
That was a great exhale.
So here's the question: is I have 2 left,
Uh-huh.
but I'm gonna pick one.
Yeah.
One of them I'm pretty sure is the one that's to go 5 for 5 with you.
Okay.
One of them I'm pretty sure, but I think I would put the other one ahead of that.
Okay. I want you to be honest with yourself. It's Christmas, Jack.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest with myself.
Well, you decide.
I'm gonna be honest with
I'm
myself.
giving you tips, but
Fred Claus.
yes, yes, we're 5 for 5.
It's almost like we grew up together and
Was
shared
that your
root for each
trade-off
It's on
other.
my
you?
paper.
Was that your trade-off one?
What's that?
Was that your
That
trade-off?
was my trade-off.
Yeah, wow. Jack, 5 for 5.
Well, and I love Fred Claus. Like I just
Yeah.
did some soul searching. I was like, it's a fucking the scene with
Spacey?
Spacey and Giamatti.
Yeah.
is fucking all time.
Dude, I've actually written an article about this.
Yeah,
about
that scene.
how that scene in a movie where Vince Vaughn plays Santa Claus's brother.
And Paul Giamatti is Santa Claus.
And Paul
Even
Giamatti
that's
Santa
like,
Claus.
what?
But you get this weird scene where I think it was like it had to be like when they were filming Caddyshack where they were like we got Chevy Chase, we got Bill Murray, but we had no scene where they're together.
Yeah, we
Let's
got to
just-
put them in the room.
Let's just put them in a room together. I bet it was like that, where it was like, oh, do we really have? This is pre Kevin Spacey issues. Do we really have Kevin Spacey and Paul Giamatti in a movie, and we're not going to have a scene between the two of them? So they just sort of threw this scene together, and my God,
It'll bring you to your knees.
Four-Eyed Clyde.
Yeah.
That was Superman. He wasn't Clark Kent anymore when he took off his glasses.
I'm also going to say it's at a point in the movie, and it's a movie called Fred Claus about Santa Claus's brother, who is Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn, and it's at a point in the movie where you think hope is lost.
Yes.
There's nothing.
Yeah.
We've lost. Christmas is over, and then Giamatti walks in the room, and you're like, nope. Turn the tables.
Is there a more underrated Christmas song than When Everything Works Out and they play this? Like, dude, I'm like getting chills right now just
Yeah.
thinking about it.
So we're gonna
actually
watch it
look at-
tonight.
I have
We'll watch it
goosebumps
tonight.
right now.
It's who's the singer? It's like
It's
it's
like-
one of those.
I thought it was like the Mormon Tabernacle Choir or something.
something like that. But they sing. Oh, what a great song.
or like Cher.
Mom cries at that one every time.
Dude.
Yeah,
Tabernacle
mom's a big
Choir.
crier. At
Dude,
that
it's
one.
one of these. It's one of those scenes where they're all like looking into this sort of like magic.
They're
globe.
watching kids open their presents.
Yes.
After, yeah.
And you're literally just like, okay. Oh, speaking of which, dude, I almost put my honorable mentions. So my honorable mentions, I just had Jingle All the Way and
Jingle All the
Home
Way.
Alone.
Jingle All the Way is a little too awkward for me.
Yeah, but it's so
Arnold,
goofy.
it's so Schwarzenegger.
Arnold, Sinbad.
Yeah, it's good.
Finally, the two juggernauts in a movie
We
together.
said, how can we get Sinbad and Arnold similar to Spacey and Giamatti? How do we get them in a room?
It's Christmas. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's
That's
it.
the-
But wait,
that's
we
the
need a
recipe.
bad guy. Oh, plot twist. Phil Hartman.
Yeah, wow.
Let's just have him be that
He's
that
incredible.
neighbor.
Wait, oh yeah, you finished, but then I want to hear news.
I was just gonna say, almost cracking my honorable mentions. Kurt Russell's The Christmas Chronicles.
Oh
Have you seen it?
no.
I
said
watched
it
it over Thanksgiving break.
There are some parts
that are comically bad.
that are really bad.
Yeah,
Well,
but every Kurt Russell scene is aces.
dude, Kurt Russell plays Kurt Russell. He just happens to have a beard
I
these
love
days.
Kurt Russell.
And it's the fucking funniest. Like, it is
That
so
hair.
good. I don't say ho, ho, ho. It's just like Kurt being Kurt.
Yeah, I gotta give that a watch.
I dug a Goldie Hawn Mrs. Claus, by the way.
Yeah.
They're actually married.
Yeah.
She ain't looking bad.
Oh, she looks great.
Yeah, and at the end they're like, "What Christmas movie should we watch?" He's like, "Maybe The Grinch." God, I love that movie.
The only two you guys left off the list for me. Number one, obviously, the Grinch. And we're just gonna have to agree to disagree on that one.
No, that was an honorable mention for me.
No, yeah, I love the Grinch.
Yeah.
It's just it wasn't my childhood the way it was yours.
Yes.
Honorable mention.
Okay. Honorable mention. And the other one, and you guys are gonna fight me for this, but it's Santa Claus 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight for that.
I'm gonna fight you for that.
That's
one
really
as well.
that's
By the
really
way, none of us
stupid.
said Home Alone.
That was my honorable mention.
Oh, there's
Once
honorable
again,
mention. Okay.
as much as it is all about Christmas, it is all that, but it's not. It's about the kid fighting the fucking bandits.
By the way, we talked about this the other day. I have seen of the Home Alones, Home Alone 3 the most. As a kid, that was like the
Amazing.
one we had. I don't know why. Like I've seen the other ones
I
a
don't even
ton.
specifically remember the.
It's a different kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but
that's
it's
why.
way more. It's more like sophisticated booby traps and more of a real attack. It's Russians are the bad guys, and they're like actually
Oh, don't fuck with
trying to
Russians.
they're not the wet bandits. It's like serious stuff.
You know
They're
what?
Very Russian.
You know why we saw that more
Why?
growing up?
I don't know.
Was because it was like the first DVD we had, and we had
Yeah,
Home
yeah,
Alone
yeah.
1 and 2 on VHS, and then we got the DVD player.
We became Blu-ray whores.
yeah, and
Just a couple
we're
Blu-ray
like,
sluts.
I think we would have watched Home Alone 2 the most probably because it's the most kid like.
Home Alone 2 in New York with Trump in the toy shop. It's awesome. It's
What's
fucking
your
great.
Santa Claus 2 protest? You just don't like teenage
Yes, that's my first point. I don't like.
angst, Charlie?
I do not like Teenage Charlie doing the most beautiful, accurate graffiti anyone has ever done in their entire life. It's the funniest scene ever. He's like doing graffiti on the side of the gym, and they pull out. He's got a spray can. He's going like this. They pull out, and it looks like a team of artists painted a Christmas tree, and it took them a week.
He's a talent. He's a prodigy.
Apparently, we gotta don't get mad at him about that. Send him to art school. He's got a future. RISD.
Dude, the funniest thing with all these Christmas movies is there has to be the theme of naughty and nice, and
Yeah.
so there's this line where they're like, okay, what makes somebody naughty but savable? And movies either completely undershoot it or they completely overshoot it. The best part of the Christmas Chronicles is one of the kids is naughty, and he's naughty because he and his friends are stealing cars, and it's like, yeah, that's
Yeah.
real fucking naughty.
It's really naughty.
Yeah, that's not naughty. That's felony.
Yeah, it's bad.
That's you're unsavable. You are
grand theft.
You are a problem.
You're not on any list.
Return the cars, sir. Return the cars and do your time, and then we'll think about it.
It's Christmas, for
Rehabilitate
Christ's sake.
yourself. And then you have the other stuff. They always do graffiti because it's
Yeah.
like it's a forgivable crime. You can literally wash it away.
Yeah.
And he's got some daddy issues. He
And-
doesn't get
oh,
to see Scott very often.
And it's yeah,
That's fucking Santa Claus. I'd be pumped.
dude. Sorry, I am Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Sorry, Scott.
You don't think my dad's got a job? You don't think my dad? He was away from home.
Hey, I'm putting cookies on the table.
Yeah,
cookies
right?
and milk
Okay,
around the world. I do that.
that's me.
Sorry, I missed that soccer practice.
Or 2 or 3 or 4 of the season. I'm sorry
It's
it wasn't
practice.
there, okay? Alrighty, moving on. We got a new segment. It's called You Were Being Petty. Tom Petty.
You were being petty. Tom Petty.
Okay, and this I think it's a pretty self-explanatory category or topic. But we are talking about Lance Armstrong. The villain of the world of cycling is back, and he's pissing people off again because he just still doesn't get how to be a human being. He's just not quite. He's really close, and he's trying to figure it out. But he had an interview this week, and he just basically shat on A-Rod a lot. A guy, the interviewer was like, so do you think there's been a double standard with you? And the two examples they threw out were like, people like A-Rod and Tiger Woods. And it's like, Tiger Woods was sleeping around. He wasn't fucking blood doping and intimidating witnesses. Like,
He did.
This isn't.
He lost all that money and caught so much flack, and
Yeah.
he did nothing illegal.
Yeah, it was nothing illegal. It's like, hey,
I don't endorse
No,
what
no,
went on.
infidelity.
but fucking-
I get it.
Jack likes it.
I'm into
Jack
it.
takes it.
No, but I mean, yeah, you're
You know what I
totally,
mean?
You're
It's
totally
like-
right, and it's also like it's just the lash that he got.
Yeah.
he got a real lashing, and then it was too much for what it was, and that's why people are now like really supportive of Tiger.
And Lance was like really like, bummed that not bummed, just like, Tiger didn't lose any of his sponsors and like I lost all of mine. And it's again, it's like it's different. And they talked about A-Rod, and he was like, he had a couple of quotes. So he's basically like, if people hate me, they should hate A-Rod because, he's basically worse. And he was like, A-Rod didn't raise $500 million and try to save a bunch of people's lives. But, that's kind of the irony in this. The one key thing is that A-Rod was allowed to come back and play. And, A-Rod was part of a team sport. And thirdly, A-Rod never stood for anything else other than baseball. And it's like, dude, A-Rod's going to kick your ass.
Yeah.
Like, A-Rod will kick your ass, and he's going to do it now. Like, it's totally different situations in my mind.
Real classy stuff, Lance. Instead of elevating yourself, let's start dragging down other disgraced athletes.
And I think that's been the difference is like A-Rod, yeah, he admitted he used steroids. I'm a big believer in that it had little to do with the success of his career. But even so, he admitted it. So sorry, all this stuff. Everything else, looking up. A-Rod was looking up. He took a year off. He was suspended. He did his suspension. He came back. Like, ever since anyone accused Lance of anything, he denied it for like 8 years and went to court and shit. And now it's just become this monster trying to drag people down. It's like, you're not a better guy than A-Rod. You're a monster.
I'm conflicted.
Really?
Because I love A-Rod.
I love A-Rod.
But I also love Lance Armstrong, and I forgive Lance.
Oh, I definitely.
If you're watching, what's this on my wrist, guys? If you're watching the YouTube, you can see it.
You wore it. Good.
It says "Live Strong."
Yeah.
Why would I flack you for that? You just raised money for cancer.
Yeah,
Way
I
to
did.
go.
I have 2 of these bad boys. Sometimes I wear both of them at the same time. I dig both of them, and I think both of them should be completely forgiven. I don't even know why they should have apologized in the first place. Everybody was doing it.
Have you ever seen that Lance
I
doc?
for sure would have done it too.
Have you ever seen that Lance doc?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great.
it's not great.
It's so
for him.
nuts. It's so intense.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is-
it's
I was
all
gonna
one
say,
side.
He was a scary guy.
They never gave him a chance to talk.
That's my only ding on Lance himself. Is because as far as the doping stuff goes, fucking everybody in
everybody's
professional
doping.
cycling is
Everybody's
doping.
doping.
That's
Yeah.
just a fact. So
Doper's dope.
Doper's dope. So it's
And
like,
it's dope.
So he was the best still. I don't give a shit. And he, in the meantime, raised millions and millions of dollars
Good
for
stuff.
cancer research.
Great stuff.
Fucking A. The only problem with him was he went to these press conferences and would like harass, report. Like
Yeah.
there's that one deal where he's like had called the guy out and he's like, no, I want you to look me in the face while I do this. You said, and he goes on this whole rant
Yeah.
where he just like totally belittles this guy in this major press room.
And it's a lie about a lie.
Yeah, and he also like a couple of like his fellow teammates he like dragged down through the mud with him.
Dude, they're like terrified of him.
Yeah,
So
so
like
it's-
he was basically threatening. Like he was a scary.
not-
He's a winner. I mean, you know, that's what winners do.
He lived strong.
Yeah, he
versus
lived very strong.
Alex Rodriguez came back his season or seasons after the scandal when he came back to the minor leagues. He was the best teammate of all time.
Oh, the best, dude.
I
He got benched.
loved
He got benched
the
in the
late
playoffs,
years
and
of
he's
A-Rod.
cheering for the guys that came in for him. A-Rod's the fucking man. A-Rod's just great.
I fucking love A-Rod so much. I follow A-Rod on Instagram, and my favorite part of it is like he's probably who I comment the most on Instagrams too, just because it's like he's like I've said this before. We've all had the chance to work with like various celebrities, just out here, not doing this unfortunately, but like out here, and I have never really felt like starstruck. When I feel really starstruck, it's pretty much exclusively like early 2000s baseball players. Those guys, I like legitimately like will throw up. I'm so nervous. I'm like holy shit, it's Robin Ventura. You're my hero. You play third base for the Mets. I know you're a White Sox guy, but like A-Rod is just so freaking awesome, and he's blowing up right now too because he has that new podcast with Big Cat from Part of My Take.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I love everything about it. But so I comment on his stuff all the time. He always likes my comments. I don't know
No
if it's
way.
him. I don't know if it's his assistant.
It's him.
Either way,
He's like Santa Claus.
I think he's like Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Papa.
Papa Shisho.
Yeah, I'm a big A-Rod guy. I'm also a big Lance guy. Forgive both of them. Maybe here's a spin zone. Maybe Lance was saying, "Hey, what was his quote?"
A-Rod didn't raise $500 million and try to save a bunch of people's lives. A-Rod never stood for anything else other than baseball.
So I think basically what he's saying is everybody's forgiven A-Rod, and they haven't forgiven me. A-Rod's a great guy. I'm better than A-Rod. I'm a really great guy. That's my spin zone. Maybe he thinks A-Rod's great too. Maybe maybe for the millionth
Okay.
time we're taking Lance out of context.
Millionth time.
Maybe for the millionth time. Maybe we should learn from our past mistakes and live strong.
Pro Lance.
Just such a hardo.
He's a hard
He's
guy.
got demons.
He's a hard man. Very rich man, apparently.
I'm into it. He's alpha.
He's like,
Yeah.
if you're doing really training hard national competitions for cycling and cross country running when you're like in 6th grade, because there's a difference between kids that like just don't play sports and it's like, no, this is like a lifetime fitness thing for me. I'm gonna make sure I'm developing good habits. I'm gonna be healthy. And then there's like, no, I'm gonna change the world of cross country running. And those kids, I
For the
think,
better and for the ever.
fucking
Yeah.
guys, screw loose.
They're good. Moving on. We got a new segment, and this one is called Lil Russell Wants an Avocado Roll.
Little Russell wants an avocado roll.
That's a good one.
We should. You know what we should name this was whatever that scene in The Office when
I
he's
looked
saying like,
for
your
it.
baby talk.
He doesn't really say anything. All he says is like Andy Sawi.
Andy Sawi. Yeah.
We
maybe-
could do
yeah.
Andy. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway.
But Daredevil fans, if you didn't know, there's been a Daredevil TV show on Netflix. That was a thing. I kind of knew that. I wasn't sure if it was CW or something, but there's been a Daredevil show apparently, and apparently it's been pretty good because it was canceled by Netflix, and people are pissed. People are real pissed.
They're so
And-
mad.
Yeah, they're so mad.
I told Henry, I was like, I got a new segment idea. It's just me doing a baby voice because this is the funniest thing. Every day I see on the Twitter and on Reddit, people being like, "Oh, I'm so mad Netflix canceled my favorite show. Oh, I'm so mad at Netflix."
You said there's a they're signing a petition or something.
Yeah, they have a petition to renew it, and we got 19,000 signatures.
19,000.
Netflix. No, it's like shut the fuck up, dude. Like Netflix
Get off my feed.
as Netflix releases a new piece of content, at least one every single day, which means they have 365 new things that release every single year. We live
That's
in
nuts.
we live in a time where anybody can watch anything on demand. There are a ton of niche markets, including this, low budget superhero TV show that clearly there's a reason why they canceled it. No, Netflix, you canceled my widowed show. I love it so much.
The numbers don't lie. It's not some guy sitting up in the fucking chair being like, "The show's lame."
I got two things real quick.
Yeah.
One, do you guys know Murphy Brown came back? Candace Bergman.
Yeah.
Old show. They brought it back this year. It is up for Best Show, Golden Globe.
Classic.
It was canceled after like 4 or 5 episodes.
You want to hear
How
about
ridiculous is that? It was a 1-season cancel, and it's up for Best Show. It's like, no
ridiculous.
one fucking liked this show. What are you talking about? Number 2, though, I have one more real quick thing. I think it was Jerry Seinfeld. Jerry Seinfeld had a great line one time. I forgot what it was. He was in some interview, and he was like, there is nothing worse than having a show get canceled, because you're basically saying, when you think about it, we're going to put all of this money and time, all of this people, and try to make something that you can watch for free. You can just watch it. And people go, nah, no thanks.
Give me something better.
Give me something better, okay? Come back with something better. And I love that because it's so true, where it's like these Daredevil people were like really going for Daredevil. No, sorry, it sucks.
Every now and again, shows will come across that you got to realize don't have mass appeal. And you may like them, but you got to understand while it's happening, their days are numbered.
Yep.
I didn't say shit when they came for Sons of Tucson. I didn't say shit when they came for Animal Practice. And I didn't say anything when they came for Whitney. I liked all those shows.
You were a big Whitney guy.
When they
I
came
was.
for Whitney.
Crystal Leah.
When?
What?
When did that happen?
I was like
2004?
2008, something like that, 2009. It went 2 seasons.
Whitney.
Crystal Leah carried the
what
show.
was the first one? You said Sons of Tucson?
Sons of Tucson. It's with that guy.
They came for it.
You'll recognize the guy. I think he's actually in Animal Practice also, as is
Animal
Joanna
Practice,
Garcia.
Like an animal
all
hospital show?
1-season shows that just never got their day in court.
Sons of Tucson is hilarious. It's with that fat guy.
That guy is hilarious.
Oh, I love that guy, but you're a good viewer, Neil. You should. Nielsen,
My point, though, Daredevil
Nielsen
people.
needs to talk to you. Yeah. So sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. Moving on. We got a couple more quick segments. Number 1, we got a Throners update. Beep, 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 beep. New teaser trailer for season 8 came out, and I'm pretty pissed about it.
That was a bullshit trailer.
I was pretty bummed. It isn't a teaser. We've talked about this before, but some teasers are basically mini trailers, and some are just kind of jerk-offs that I think we could have made if we knew any bit of animation.
Yeah, this isn't anything new. It was just because the long wait.
I don't care.
expected more, like a little bit of you got to tease some fucking information.
I just want to see images of the season.
That's it.
So like,
So
don't
I
even
can
show
speculate.
me characters. Show me landscapes.
Yeah.
Show me just where are we? Where are we going to be? What's it looking like?
We're in the Riverlands.
Who
Take
we
me to the
talking
Riverlands.
about?
Yeah.
Take me to the Riverlands.
Because in the past, it'll be like fucking Danny sitting on the Iron Throne.
Yeah.
And she like breathes and it's clearly cold. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh, is winter coming?
Yeah.
In this thing, like, if you're trying to speculate off, it's bullshit because it's like 2 of the sigils go up in ice.
So
You got-
basically, it's a map, and so from the north, there's ice and things get frozen.
the wolf gets frozen,
And
the
then from the
dragon gets
south,
frozen,
fire,
and then from the thing,
then
and,
they
so
meet.
it's the whole ice and fire, which
makes
is the name of the
Dragonstone.
season anyway.
Yeah.
So it's now I'm going to spend 2 months fucking speculating over, does this mean the White Walkers
Yeah.
get the fucking Starks and Targaryens?
If it does,
And
fuck
then-
that for Tonas.
Yeah, and then apparently they made it seem like there's a battleground happening in the Riverlands, which makes no sense. I don't know.
Who gives a shit about the Riverlands?
I think you guys are fools. I think, because this show, and I'm the only reason I've seen any of it is because you guys love it so much, and I love you so much.
Thank you.
And I'll do whatever.
The
you
feeling's
guys
mutual.
want. Yeah, thank you. I guarantee you, at the end of the season, when whatever mind blowing thing happens, when the merman,
Varys?
when Varys ends up on the throne,
I was like, who?
they're gonna literally the next day something's gonna come out and be like, they told you everything that was going to happen in the teaser, and you guys just brushed it off. I bet you there's so many things where it's like, if you pause at this frame and you look up at top left, I don't know what any of the signs would be, so I can't make any up. But you'll see this one thing where it's like, that was the sign. You didn't see that? They basically spelled out the entire season. They
gave you
spoiled
the
it for
answers.
you,
You didn't realize
knowing that the Throners fans like you would be like, this is bullshit. I'll wait for this season. You got the whole season.
You might be right. I'm definitely going to be watching it quite a few times. So
I also think we're gonna get a better teaser.
I think so too.
Like Christmas
I
Day,
think so,
maybe.
too.
Maybe
Someone
Christmas
threw it
Day?
out. I think Chris Bounce was saying that there's a chance Avengers comes out same weekend as Game of Thrones. First step. That'd be pretty
Interesting.
sick because it's gonna be April. That'd be pretty dope. That's an epic weekend.
Well, fuck. Avengers comes out the last weekend of April, so that's a guaranteed. We're gonna at least because that's the last weekend Thrones could debut.
so we'll at least have an
that-
ep of Thrones and the Avengers.
yeah.
Can I say my
Not bad.
Can I say my Jon Snow take, by the way?
Go for it.
Just because I was
the
here last
cheating
week.
scandal?
The cheating scandal?
Yeah.
That's why I already told you guys this. I don't believe it because if you look at the quality of the photo, what camera is this Russian model using that gets you that low quality of picture? And no longer are there pictures that shitty quality.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
far be it for me
even-
to speculate on the technology access in Russia.
It looks like it was taken on like a flip phone when phone cameras were first started. That is such a fake to me.
Are you
because-
calling Olga Vlaslova a liar?
I'm calling her an absolute liar.
that what you're saying?
I'm not even sure if she exists. Is she real?
well, her name is very real.
I think
Russian
she's
troll.
I think she's
There you go.
catfishing all of us. I think this is a classic case of Russian trolls.
We've fallen into her trap. Wow, the Russian trolls. I forgot.
She's why Star Wars.
She's the reason
latest
Star Wars
one,
was bad.
Yeah,
Or not bad.
considered bad.
They made us think it was bad.
Yeah, man, this Russians.
Those
are-
wizards. These Russian wizards.
The rascals.
How are we going to stop them? Moving on. Everyone's favorite segment. Trailer trash or trailer smash. Let's go. All right, big trailer this week. 2 trailers. We're only going to talk about one and kind of hint on the other. But Avengers, Endgame.
Endgame.
I like Endgame. I'm in for that. Because remember when Doctor Strange said that in the last movie?
Endgame.
It's the Endgame now. It's about the Endgame now. That's what it is.
It had to be like this, Stark.
So it broke. This is kind of cool. It broke the trailer record. 289 million views in 24 hours.
People want to see this.
People, that's pretty big time. It's pretty good.
Not since Bieber's Baby with
No,
Luda.
not since then. It looks pretty sick. You guys seen the trailer?
God, I would love to be whoever is at YouTube when they know like this trailer's about to come out and they're just like lighting a menthol cigarette and just like
Getting ready.
release it. I would just love to see there and it's like watch all the views, pull
Yeah, you
in.
see the number just ticking up and up and up and up.
They posted it on Reddit. It's on Tumblr.
It's
Facebook.
It's big. You guys have seen it, right?
Yeah.
It looks pretty sweet.
I
think it looks fucking sick.
It's sick.
It looks sad.
It looks dope. I don't know.
It looks pretty tight.
I fucking love Avengers.
The good guys, the underdogs.
It's good
We're
stuff.
up against the ropes.
So there's been a couple fun fan theories, and the big fan theory is time travel. That's what everyone's thinking.
The time stone.
Because if you'll notice in the trailer, Captain America 1 has shaved, which I'm like, you lost your buds, you gotta decide to shave. Kind of weird, Cap. Thought you were a Cap.
Interesting.
But so he's shaved, and his uniform is different. He's wearing his Winter Soldier uniform, and so people are like, it's gotta be somehow Doctor Strange, that fucking saucy minx, put some spell on the time stone, and now they're going back in time to try to stop stuff. I'm all about that. I like the time travel aspect.
I don't know if I love the time travel because it's so delicate. Are they? You know what though?
I think they
they'll
do it right, though, right? Don't
They'll
they?
do it right.
They do shit right over there.
Yeah, they do.
They do over there at Marvel. They're good.
They pressure test this stuff.
You know what they do? They do their homework.
They-
right?
I think they just have a bunch of 14-year-old girls, and 14-year-old girls and boys who are just sitting in a room like it's stupid.
Yeah.
And so every time they're like, okay, they said it's
We
stupid.
gotta try
change
another
it.
one. We gotta try another idea.
That's stupid.
The directors came out too and said they're really against 2-hour movies. They think that day in the sun is over, and so they're talking about the movie right now. It's like 3 hours 15 minutes.
Oh,
They're trying to
fuck
get it
yeah! I
down.
think it meant shorter. I was like,
Oh
what?
no!
We're
They-
going
so
back
it's
to
like,
90
dude,
minutes.
They got to edit it a little bit because like the studio's like a
Give me
3-hour movie.
Give me 3
Nah.
hours. Give me 3 hours. Have
Yeah.
people leave early if you don't want to stay.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
don't need you.
Put it fucking make it like a play. Put an intermission
Dude,
in there.
I would kill for a 7-minute intermission.
Dude, the only reason the studios
Incredible.
want that though slightly shorter is because
Then
if
they
it
can get another.
no.
That's my theory. Third Avengers.
Yeah?
I think there's gonna be a third Infinity War.
well, they call it they call it Infinity War Part 1.
Exactly.
Then they call the next one Endgame.
Yeah.
Infinity War Part 2 is going to come maybe. I don't know. But they do
I'm
that,
with ya.
They do that because you can show, you can show 8 3-hour movies in a day. You can show 12 2-hour movies in a day. So if you have 2-hour movie, it's gonna you can.
I see what you're saying. You're selling more tickets. Yeah.
But God, I'm really pumped for it.
It's gonna be good. The other trailer came out this week that I'm not super pumped
Just
about.
pump Thor's still in it.
You
Still
seen
in the fight.
Captain Marvel trailer?
Yeah, I'm out. I don't care.
It's a bummer.
I'm gone.
The only reason it's a bummer is because she's the best superhero. They kind of confirmed. She's so the trailer's pretty good. It's kind of like the first one. You get to see her in her full uniform doing her stuff. She is a Iron Man Thor cross.
Iron Man, Thor.
So it looks like she's equal to both of them. So she has the suit
With a little Captain America.
So, but I think it's Iron Man Thor, where she can fly. She has the suit. She can shoot blue shit out of her suit and stuff like that. But she's also magical and is like a god kind of thing. And it's like, fuck that. Like,
Superman.
I want everyone to be able to be beatable. And it's like Thor's the best, but Thor still has his weakness and shit. I don't want
Hubris.
Superman. Did you say Superman?
It's the Superman.
It's Superman.
It's
Fiasco.
Superman. Yeah.
So I think there's a good feeling. Another big theory is that she's gonna be the one who saves the day.
Which is also a bummer. I didn't want to.
I don't want a new
news.
character.
I didn't want this to bring down the anticipation of Endgame.
They made fucking 12 movies for this one Avengers movie. I don't want it to be like she's in this movie saving the day.
If she's the save the day
Yeah.
card played, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
Fuck that.
Avengers will continue. Like whether or not it continues with Iron Man
Yeah.
or whoever, it probably won't. Although they might have cameos and stuff, they need new Avengers. I would save her for the next one because you're totally right.
Yeah.
Like they're banking so hard. If this movie comes out, that movie comes out before Avengers, right?
I believe so.
And she's going to
Let
be
me
in
look it up.
Avengers.
We don't know. That's the theory.
But if she's going to be in Avengers, you are so banking on this movie also being successful and people liking her, so that in the new
You're right.
I mean, we all agree on who our favorite Avenger is, right? It's Vision, right? Everyone knows it's Vision.
I was like, do we agree?
Okay,
And we do. It is Vision.
That's the best one to pick as your favorite.
Paul Bettany, he's the best.
Half man, no, 100% robot.
We were Hawkeye guys until Vision emerged on
Yeah.
the scene. And
By the
then
way,
obviously,
Captain Marvel comes out in March. So
Oh,
they
yeah.
could totally fucking do Captain Marvel.
bunch of
And then
bullshit.
she's in this next.
Also,
do you guys have any issues with that casting?
Brie Larson?
You go Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. You
Yeah.
set a standard
Dude,
where
Gal-
it's like,
yeah.
these chicks gotta like be able to fucking move. It's gotta
kick
look
ass.
good.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, everybody. Where
Yeah.
it's like Renner can still fucking move.
dudes included.
Yeah,
Nothing
yeah.
bothers me more than when it's all of a sudden like the guy's running and it's like the chick from Taken and it's the worst,
Yeah.
clumsiest running
If
ever.
Ruffalo wasn't so funny and also the Hulk, it'd be like, yeah, you're not a superhero, Mark Ruffalo.
And it's great because Mark Ruffalo is the scientist.
No,
Then
exactly.
he's the
That's
Hulk.
why it's
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah,
He's
exactly.
the only one that's not, and that's why it makes sense.
No, Tony Stark sort of too, but he's got the machine.
Yeah.
He's got the machine.
But like Chris Evans can fucking kick ass.
Yeah.
Like the dude can move.
Chris Hemsworth, let's not even talk
That's
about
not
it.
even,
Let's not even talk
skip
about
the
it.
conversation.
Dude,
it's a waste of
Look
time.
at the guy's fucking arms.
Yeah. Even Loki. Loki can move.
He did.
I buy Loki's.
Hiddleston. He looks
He looks
good.
like a fencer. I bet he fenced growing up.
The reason why I've been working out so much lately is because we watched Thor, and I said I think I could get like that, and Henry said no, you couldn't. That's
Yeah.
literally why.
Challenge.
That's why I am
Gauntlet
in
thrown.
good shape right
He's
now.
a big man. You're a big man, but he's a big.
Yeah, you're
man.
like, dude, there's no way you could ever get there. See you in 12 years.
There's my words. See you in 12 years.
I'll be there.
I'll be in your face. Yeah, but I'm with you. I don't hate it, but she just doesn't. I think they could have done.
And
that.
granted, I don't know shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen Brie Larson in action as an
No.
athlete. But in my mind,
Seen
I'm
her
just
in
going
Rome.
to fucking 21 Jump Street, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I just know better.
Yeah.
I know better. You can't catch things.
Yeah, because I like Brie Larson too.
Gal
Yeah.
Gadot was such a high standard.
Oh, dude, she's
a
perfect.
beast.
She's perfect. Also, ScarJo.
Perfect.
ScarJo, I think crushes it.
ScarJo
great.
crushes it.
I miss Angelina Jolie. She's never been a member of the Marvel
Yeah.
universe, but like in terms of like an action star,
Yeah.
when she's Laura Croft and shit, when she's salting, she's fantastic.
Yeah, she'll
J-Lo.
kick your ass and wink at you after.
Yeah.
J-Lo.
J-Lo even as Electro, but like it's a shitty movie, but like okay, she's in, Halle Berry's in.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Anna Paquin as Rogue, she's fucking out. She's
Yeah.
out.
Fuck Rogue, X-Men.
Get braces, fix your teeth. We have modern
Rogue
medicine.
never brought anything to the team. I never got Rogue.
She's-
Fuck Rogue.
She just she sucks.
Yeah, she blows. Anyways,
We, by the way, had for people listening, we paused about 20 minutes ago and we're like, okay, we got 4 more segments left. We're already at 40 minutes. Do we want to speed these up? We all decided, let's let it go. So this is going to be a long
It's like
podcast
Sleeping
today.
Dogs Live.
Like and subscribe, you loser. Okay.
All right.
Thanks so much for listening. We appreciate
Before
it.
we do Gone in 60 Seconds, something kind of new that I'd love to do. We kind of tried before, but people have asked for it. Just what we're watching, what to watch. We have about 45 minutes to an hour and a half every night of scrolling time on Netflix, Hulu, HBO, cable, trying to figure out what the fuck to watch.
The great debate.
The great debate. And it happens every single night. And so whenever somebody recommends something, it's always like, fuck yeah, when it works. It's great.
Yeah.
And we got a show to recommend. Netflix. New and I just devoured this cooking show called The Final Table in about 4 days. It is fucking awesome. If you
fucking
like food
fantastic.
shows, watch The Final Table on Netflix. It is fantastic.
That's
It's
awesome.
been
You
my
watched it a little bit, right,
favorite-
Jack?
Yeah, I watched it a little bit.
And totally entertaining. So the thing you got to sit tight on because you're
Oh,
gonna
that
start
was okay.
watching it. The host is no good.
The host
is terrible.
The host blows.
Yeah.
But what the reason why it's better because you're not really a cooking show guy. No, you're kind of a cooking show guy with me. Like usually, do you
Here and
ever
there.
watch MasterChef, Hell's Kitchen?
See, I don't have that background, but like you've brought me into the reality television.
Oh, yeah.
I
world.
wouldn't say Henry has a cooking background either.
I like that he said that. You phrased it that way. I was like, I'm gonna let you keep going with that.
Yeah.
I do have a cooking.
Although of
background.
all of us, Henry does cook eggs and steaks.
I do.
sometimes.
I
You
do.
do.
I do cook.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't.
I'm a gourmand.
You remember the time?
I'm
quick
a-
story time, quick tangent time. I was like, I really want a steak. So
Oh yeah, it was so fun.
me and Henry's grandma sends us these delicious steaks in the mail every now and then.
And I cooked a ton of them.
And Henry cooks a ton of them. And sometimes Henry will be cooking them. I'm like, oh, sick, you're cooking one. Can you cook me one? Because I know how to do it.
Yeah.
I know the concept. But I can do anything a caveman can do. I have that brain power. But I
caveman can
don't
cook
know like all the ins and outs. So anyway, I tried to cook a steak, and I made it, and I wasn't super confident with it, and I brought it over, and I was eating it while we were all like watching a movie or something, and I cut into it, and I was like, that looks a little bit raw, but I am self-conscious, and then I also thought to myself, these guys will spot it and tell me if it is. They'll see. And I was pretty much done with the steak, and knew you go, by the way, Jack, I've been meaning to tell you, that looks way too raw. And I was about to kill you. I was like, really? You tell me now? You can't tell that my
I don't know.
I'm so
It was really raw.
All of a sudden,
yeah.
there was like a puddle of red underneath the meat, and I was like,
it's called blood. I was so self-conscious that I was afraid to ask and admit I was wrong. I was willing to change, but I was unwilling to ask for what I needed to change. And you guys let me eat it, and then I didn't get sick, but I was so worried the whole night. I was like, did I just give myself like food poisoning?
So anyway,
I forget what we were talking
not a
about.
whole lot of culinary ability at the table. Henry's got some.
I was about to say, I'm
Great
not bad.
show. Great show. All the chefs on it are so good. It's
So
not like
that's the reason why
yeah.
it's a great show is that they're not like I'm a stay-at-home dad and I've been cooking for my family of 12 or whatever. It's like
Yeah.
no,
My kids think I'm pretty good.
yeah. That's always what every other show is, like Hell's Kitchen and stuff.
My wife says I make the best sauce in the world.
yeah, and it's like okay,
She's only lived in Michigan.
this show, it starts with like 20 teams, which is great.
You remember that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
She's
But
never left Michigan.
it's like 20 groups. It's like 20 teams, which is great. But every single chef in there, like teams of two, all of them are like really legit. Not quite world renowned, but a lot of them world renowned chefs. So like everyone's legit. Like there are bad dishes, but it's always like, holy fuck, what are they doing?
all these guys will cut away to be like, "What's your backstory?" And it's like, "Well, I got my first Michelin star in 2003."
Like they're really, really, really incredible chefs. So it's
like,
really good.
yeah.
It's like if they had like a battle of the bands, but like
Real
the
people
12
from rock
contestants
bands.
were like
Yeah.
Greta Van Fleet and the Imagine Dragons.
Exactly. That's kind of
It's
what
like,
it is.
oh shit.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. It's all about respect.
By the way, I'm sorry, Greta Van Fleet, to compare you to Imagine Dragons. Not the Imagine Dragons, but
Yeah.
Greta Van Fleet is the fucking
Yeah,
future.
They're good. But yeah, that's what we've been watching. Go check it out.
I have been watching. I've been in a dark hole. That's why I haven't been. That's why we haven't really released so much stuff lately. And why I wasn't on the podcast last week. If I've just been in a dark hole with work, and so I haven't really been getting after it. But here's what I've been watching: B Movie. It's on Netflix, and I've been watching it in 15-minute increments. When I finally finish work at 11, and I'm like, all right, now for a little Jack time, and I throw on B Movie, and it is, in a word, delightful.
Yeah, I was about to say delightful. Would be
Or
my
should I
word.
say delightful? No, it is fantastic. The boyfriend in it, who's the guy who plays Putty in
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, it's just the funniest thing ever. Definitely check out B Movie if you haven't, since it's been out 12 years.
You've never gotten around to seeing Jerry Seinfeld's B movie?
Jerry Seinfeld's co-starring Matthew Broderick.
Hey, really a one of its kind. Really a one of its kind.
Yeah.
I feel like I've never seen another movie even close to something like
Yeah.
that. Right? It's just
Ants.
random. No, but like there's ants in A Bug's Life, but it's just the whole human crossover and the animation's kind of weird. It's just kind of random.
And
Yeah.
it's
It's great.
Seinfeld.
It's great. It's Seinfeld.
They have Ray Liotta plays himself.
Yeah, he's great.
Ray Liotta, it's Ray Liotta custom select. It's great.
That is the pod. We got a Gone in 60 Seconds, and we got a quote to come with it now, which is right here.
What do you think is more exciting, having sex or stealing cars?
Having sex with boosting cars.
Nice.
What's the quote? I'll hear after, but
Yeah, you'll hear it after. New. You know what the quote is?
It's what do you like more, stealing cars or having sex?
okay, cool. All right, I like that, yeah.
Well, how about having sex while boosting cars?
It's from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds, starring Angelina Jolie and Nicolas Cage. Here we go. So we got 4 kind of entertainment ones, and then I got 2.
How come those two kids never?
They never
Nothing ever came from that.
shakalak.
You know how they're always like, how did Barbra Streisand and Dustin Hoffman never just fucking make it work?
Yeah, I don't know.
How did Angelina Jolie and Nick Cage just cross paths so many
They
times
just
and never?
couldn't.
I bet you they made love a few times.
Yeah.
Very quick tangent. You know,
Never had sex though.
You want to know a nuts fact? Holly Hunter and Craig T. Nelson. who
Holly Hunt or Holly
Hunter, I believe.
Holly Hunt.
Holly Hunt.
Is it Holly Hunt?
Helen
No,
Hunt.
Helen Hunt. I'm thinking of Hunter, who plays Elastigirl. I think it's Holly Hunter.
It's
or
not
something
Holly
like that.
Hunter.
It's something Hunter.
I think Helen Hunt plays
I think it's-
Elastigirl, and Hunter is somebody else. I know who you're talking about.
It's not Helen Hunt, because Helen Hunt's the Twister girl. She's got the iconic voice. She was in The Big Sick.
Holly Hunter. Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter.
What? That sounds so
you know what?
wrong.
In your fucking face.
It sounds so
I love it too
wrong.
because Henry and I were so like,
Yeah, it's like now you're close.
You're wrong.
You're close.
Who the fuck is
you
Helen
chose two
Hunt?
names that are close.
Helen
She's in
Hunt's
Twister,
Helen Hunt from
and
oh my gosh.
she was in The Surrogate recently.
Helen Hunt Silence of the Lambs.
I don't watch that.
But keep going then. What about Holly Hunter?
Those two, they did Incredibles in like fucking 2003, and they had not met each other until last year when they started to do a press for Incredibles 2.
What?
They had not met each other.
Mr. and Mrs. Incredible had never met. That's
Incredible.
That's what I'm telling you.
That's incredible.
Isn't
right
that
there.
nuts?
That is.
You didn't just bump into each other and be like, hey,
We were in the same
Yeah,
fucking movie
yeah, that's
premiere
fine.
and the whole thing, and it was huge. It was a huge
it was
hit.
the highest grossing animated
It's
movie. at
so
the time.
weird.
Yeah.
Wow, crazy. But yeah, so I got 4 entertainment ones, and then I got 2 random ones that were just funny stories for the end. So let's start the timer, which I'll just pull up the timer. I'll pull up the timer right now.
I'm going to get us a stopwatch.
How do we not?
So
No,
just
we
hold up.
had a stopwatch, remember?
Oh, you know what?
And
the
then when it stopped
beeping was
beeping, and we
out of
almost-
control.
We
yeah.
almost killed each other.
Oh, I smashed it with a hammer with
I'm
Mikey.
glad I
know.
We actually
I floated
smashed
that
with the
idea
hammer.
out there so we could. Yeah, good.
All right, first one. They are making a Between Two Ferns movie with Zach Galifianakis. Are you guys pumped for that?
So I'm confused what it's going to be. Is it going to be like that Gary Shandling show where it's freaking like kind of behind the scenes of a freaking talk show, or is it like
Ooh, I don't
is it all
know.
one episode where he's got
It won't be
some-
one long interview. So I could see it like I could see Gary Shandling show where it's kind of like it starts with like it's like the show and then it's like all right cut and then it's like you just kind of
Yeah.
what is the world that
What's the world
he is
behind-
hosting
yeah.
that show. I could see that.
I feel like it might be kind of like a Bruno. That same
oh,
concept where
okay.
it's like he gets kicked out of Funny or Die, so he needs to go, make a new show. I don't,
Okay.
I could see that.
and I
Yeah.
don't,
So it's just that character kind of.
because I can't imagine if it's being scripted, because he plays Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, but that's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting. I'm excited for that.
I love Between Two Ferns. I didn't even know that was still a thing. I feel like that was a thing like 8 years ago. Right?
There's no schedule for it. I think it's just like when they're like, "Hey, you gonna be funny? We should do." It's just it's like Ron Burgundy, where it's like
there
"Oh,
were,
bring it
there were a
back."
couple really really good ones though. I'm trying to think of what the best one.
Steve Carell.
Steve Carell was great. Where he's like, "Oh, I get it. What are you gonna say?" Yeah, that was great. All right, next, the CEO of Hulu said this week that he thinks cable TV networks will be dead in 10 years. Do you agree or disagree?
I completely agree.
Wow.
And this
Jack.
is sort of this is something that we sort of like were having a little bit of an argument about last night.
Yeah.
We have every single thing, every single cable channel you could ever have.
You bet we do.
We get the platinum, gold packages.
Daddy takes care of us.
Take care of it. We have everything. How do we watch stuff besides sports? On Hulu,
Stream our
Netflix,
smart
Amazon,
TV.
or we illegally stream it. There's like no other way. And the thing is too, it's like South Park. Okay, we could watch that live at 10, or we can watch it on Hulu when it immediately comes on at 10:30.
Yeah, it's pretty convenient.
No commercials.
But there are
'Cause
certain
'cause
shows.
Daddy also buys the
So I
premium
agree.
packages
Like
for that.
you can do that with South Park. I don't think you can do that with Sunny. Sunny doesn't have the new season on Hulu.
No, but they have it on FX Now. I watch it on
Okay, so
FX
you go
Now
FX
every
Now.
Wednesday or whatever the night
Who
is.
has FX now besides us?
We
obviously?
do, yeah.
we do. But who else has FX?
Well, we have every channel, but the on-demand version of it. We don't want to watch stuff live, and we don't want to live on our knees waiting for the masters to put the thing on at the exact time. If we miss it, oh no.
All right, moving on. Emma Stone is making a Cruella de Vil movie, and it's kind of an early 1980s vibe. Neil, you into that?
I don't get what this movie's gonna be. If you lose the Dalmatians, who's this character?
No. So you got a fucking Dalmatian. Maybe it's like bears or some other fucking animal.
It sounds like a Cruella de Vil spinoff, and it's like
yeah, but she's the bad guy.
She's just terrifying.
I'm with
and
you.
Like without the dogs, she's just this like really angry rich woman.
I actually can totally see the 80s vibe thing.
Yeah.
Her hair is already she's very 80s already with the fur and with the poofy hair.
She's definitely like a yuppie.
Yes.
Who
Who are her friends? Who's she hanging with?
Socialites.
Yeah.
You guys ever see the live action one of this? Glenn Close was Cruella? She
Yeah,
was terrifying.
I did.
She was so scary to me.
I never really
She
got
skins
it.
dogs.
I never really got the whole there's a ton of dogs thing. I just like
Check, there's 101 of them.
Dalmatians are so fun.
too many dogs.
You just
Too many
don't
dogs
see
running
them.
around. How fun would it be to have 101 little puppies running around?
I would oh puppies, yeah, but I would I
or
would call
99 puppies.
that, I would call that that movie
What?
96 Too Many Dogs. what are we doing here? What are we
going on?
What are we getting?
All right, moving
Come
on.
on.
2 Crazy Rich Asians sequels are set to be filmed back to back in 2020. Good idea, bad idea, New.
I think bad idea. I think we got to pump the brakes on this and make sure we come back with something that's going to blow the doors down. Let's not force this and all of a sudden run out of the fucking Crazy Rich Asians card. This is a great movie. Let's make sure we get it right. Cool it. This isn't fucking Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Let's not Peter Jackson this thing. I loved the first one so much, and I almost kind of wish it was just a one-off because the first movie, we talked about it, they really aren't very serious themes, if we're being honest. It's a relationship, and that's, serious.
We loved it, yeah.
It was so much fun, and the only issue was, does the mom like the daughter?
Yeah.
Or the girlfriend. That's the whole movie. And I kind of like when it's like, yeah, it's just it looks incredible and it's fun and there's a little problem. This one's going to be like, she's looking for a real dad and stuff. And it's like, get the fuck out of here.
This could be
Go back to Singapore.
This could be the boldest move of all bold moves ever boldly made. They literally are treating this like Avatar. Like Avatar was like, we're going to make the next 5 back-to-back and release them one every year. They'll come out in 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, this is like you said, a delightful romantic comedy.
Oh, I love it.
We loved it. I cried at 10 a.m. with you, Henry, watching it.
We did.
But like, what? You're right. What could the sequel be about?
I don't know. The first one was so light and fun. I have no idea.
Like, back-to-back 2 and 3 guaranteed made. It's just great.
All right, there we go. Moving on. A couple of funny stories. 2 longtime nuns at St. James Catholic School in Torrance, California, allegedly embezzled as much as $500,000 in tuition fees and donations from the church and used them on gambling and luxurious trips to casinos. They told the school when asked about it that it was money from their rich uncle. How fucking funny is that?
That's a movie.
Isn't
It's a
incredible?
hilarious movie.
These nuns just going to fucking Nevada and throwing down ships.
just them at the tables with the fucking headdress and the fucking.
It's incredible.
Well, no, I like to think though that like basically they could make a movie about this where like Emma Stone plays a nun.
Yeah,
It's
and
Emma
she
Stone
comes
and
in-
Whoopi Goldberg.
But she comes in and they're like, "Sister, it is time to break the habit."
Yeah.
And then they take off her habit.
Yeah, the habit. not
Wow.
headdress.
And then montage Vegas.
Yeah.
God,
Just
dude.
girls' weekend.
Them on the road.
Like
I see the lights.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it.
Going to a
Isn't that
strip club.
just hilarious? Yeah.
Sometimes it feels so good to be bad.
To be so bad.
so bad.
I'd love to see how luxurious these vacations got.
Dude, I bet they're pretty good.
Like, I'd love to
By the
see
way, they
them
said-
being like fucking fanned with big palm brongs, and they're just sitting there drinking mimosas and
So it's $500,000.
getting laid.
$500,000 is just what they've been able to like find in the paper trail. Like they're like, that's all we found so far. We have no idea.
But they were gambling, so it's like that's all fucking cash,
Oh yeah,
baby.
baby.
These
Cleaning
guys-
that money. Cleaning that money. Last one. A man was arrested in Texas for telling kids Santa wasn't real. He
dickhead.
stood outside of a breakfast at a church where Santa Claus, a guy like Santa Claus came, refused to stop yelling and protesting that kids should know that Santa isn't real.
That's hilarious.
And he was
to me, too.
arrested. Because you know why he was arrested? Because that's fucking Texas. And everywhere should be like Texas. That's fucking right.
It's so funny to me. I was talking to somebody about this today too, because I made a show last week where we were asking people like Christmas questions and stuff, and I said, just for the sake of it, because they were all adults, I was like, just for the sake of it, let's get a recording of asking them the question too of when did you find out that Santa wasn't real? Not that he's not, but
Yeah.
a lot of people think that.
some
Speculate.
jerks think he isn't. Yeah.
Because I thought maybe we're gonna get some. You can get some really good stories out of that. We ultimately decided not to do it because it's like it's just that is the most agreed upon code.
It's incredible
that
how
we
agreed upon it
have
is.
that we never say publicly that we might believe that Santa isn't real.
You know what's more agreed upon? It's more. We talked about this forever ago. It's more agreed upon than pulling to the right for an ambulance.
Yes,
That's number 2.
That's
number
number
2
two.
is ambulance. Okay,
That always makes me
I don't
happy.
care if you're in a rush. Everyone's going to the right, and for the
Yes.
vast majority, that always happens. Santa Claus. If anyone sees a kid, you're gonna have a conversation talking about how Santa's real.
Dude,
It's fucking awesome.
Dude, I love-
Strangers on a bus.
I love that this guy got arrested.
Yeah.
And I love that the
Fuck this guy.
I love that the ACLU is not going. This is the type of case where they're like, we're not going to back him up because the ACLU, you know,
What's the ACLU?
They are the American Civil Liberties Union, and they just are. Their entire job is to just defend free speech. So there's a ton of controversial cases. They've been around for like 100 years. Anytime there's something where it's like a white supremacist Nazi says something,
and it's like we all agree this guy's a fucking dickhead,
and they get arrested, and there's all these stories of like, you know, one of their lawyers who was Jewish went and defended him because we all agree in the right to free speech. Totally. But I bet you this is like the one case where it's like, we're not touching it.
Yeah. Go fuck yourself.
Guy was out of line. Guy was fucking
Easter
out of
Bunny,
line.
Easter Bunny Tooth Fairy is one thing. Santa Claus is a whole other ballgame, sir.
That is so true, by the way.
Yeah.
Easter Bunny Tooth Fairy is one thing. Do
Yes.
not fuck with Santa Claus. My mother still won't back down. She and rightfully so.
Dude, we have-
Santa Claus is real.
Our whole house is covered in shit that just says believe.
Yeah.
Believe.
I don't know
great.
if you've seen any Christmas movies, but there's also a common theme that Christmas spirit is like an energy
Kind
source.
of the driving factor. It's an energy source. It's an untapped
That's
energy
in
source.
multiple Christmas movies.
That is now a cliche in Christmas
It's like
movies.
fossil fuels, but
The naughty,
times 1,000.
The naughty kid does graffiti, and Christmas spirit is energy power, and the best way to spread Christmas cheer is sing loud for all to hear. And that literally is just like with those ingredients.
These are facts.
That is just every Christmas movie. And if people don't believe in Santa, Santa can't be Santa. I love it so much. God, Christmas is great.
It's the best time of year. And that is the pod.
Great pod.
There
Great
it
pod.
was. And to send us off, I was thinking no better song than the one we were mentioning earlier. Well, Baby, It's Cold Outside. So enjoy this Christmas tune. It's here to stay. We'll see y'all next week.
Hey,
What?
if we delete it,
Yeah.
then we are just erasing history.
Exactly.
And we're pretending it doesn't exist. So for the sake of you,
Yep.
here it is.
It's not about us.
No,
It's never been about us.
we're really good guys.
Okay?
Everyone says so, including ourselves.
Okay.
Right, Mom?
Thanks, Dad.
She
All
listens.
right.
Dad doesn't listen.
I
Mom
know. He
listens.
doesn't even know we do it. All right.
Dad doesn't care. Dad never cared.
All right. Play the hit.
All right, Merry Christmas.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny, what's up?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Yeah, well, you know, that's just like your opinion, man.
At no point were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Dude, I'm surrounded by assholes.
I award you no point.
Wow. And may God have mercy on your soul.